So here it is, we've brought it home, the Stark Varg. And you know, I've spent the past 20 years of my life, I'm 44, I started riding when I was 25. First I had a CRF 250, then I had a WR 450, then a KTM 450, the KTM 350, and then the 300 that I just sold. So this is an entirely new experience that I'm ready to ride. You can see I got the kids 125 back there, but this is the Stark. It's a little dirty right now because to be honest, I'm behind on this video and we've already taken it out a couple times. So you're gonna really wanna hear my feedback on that. But just a quick walk around. This is not gonna be the first video you've ever seen about a Stark, but hopefully you watch it and you kind of like it. So first thing that's crazy is when you look here is the forged carbon, this cover, gold Stark sticker. Phone running this thing is an absolute trip. This is a 60 horsepower model. I went for the standard foot brake, front brake. Everything else is pretty much the same. It definitely has a little bit of a skinnier feel and than typical, you know, regular gas bike. And one thing I did notice, this is 250 pounds, fully gassed up 300, probably 230, 240. That dead weight is so noticeable. This thing's heavy. It's actually really hard for me to pick up on the stand. Kind of feel weird about it, but it is a different type of weight. So this has the 19-inch, even though I'm gonna be doing more desert riding. 19-inch, good for the track. And this is a linkage bike. So my 300 did not have a linkage because it was an enduro bike. So there we've got the linkage. So if we decide to do more enduro, just figure out a way to get a skid plate under there. One of the biggest complaints that we see on the Facebook groups, of course, is these cheap plastic inner tubes that Stark puts on here. I did buy a set of tubeless. I like running those, have them over there, but we will switch to those later. So everything up here, we've got the adjustable shock. I looked in the manual. They don't tell you the exact adjustments. Like on the KTM, they can say, do this amount of clicks, it'll be soft, it'll be hard. It just tells you soft or hard, but doesn't tell you how far to go. So we've got high speed, low speed, different compression. We also have a clicker down here, right down in there. I believe that's rebound. Of course, we can set the sag and all the other stuff. The front, these are really hard to get to. They're down right in there. So you can release the air pressure that's built up right there, but then the adjustment screw is this one. I believe these are KYB forks, not 100% sure. I did also get the kickstand for this model, and I wanted to make sure that, of course, if I need to, kickstand booms down. Other than that, it's a pretty incredible machine just to even look at, to see the technology. It's come such a long way. So let me fire up this phone, give you guys a look. So it's an Android phone. I'm shooting this with an iPhone, but it's an Android phone, and you just squeeze it and it'll turn it on, unless the phone is dead. There we go. So phone comes on, and this phone has everything. It's connected to your Gmail account. Okay, we are booting up here. So yeah, the phone does everything. You actually don't need the phone to run the Stark because you can just use the regular hand control, but the phone actually lets you do a lot of things. So let's see here. We've got our little setting picture, and there's the Varg app. So the Varg app, again, man, this thing is slow. Android, the Varg app, there we go. We've got modes, we've got all the other stuff. So I can click here and do modes. I don't know why we're not in the right orientation. Let's see if maybe we turn the phone. There we go. Okay. So we've got the different modes. Now, 60 horsepower version, you can set mode 1 through 5 to different things that you want, which is pretty interesting. We do need to do an update, but we will, I guess let's press that. Since it is connected and everything runs from the cloud like a Tesla, you got to do the updates. One thing that comes with the Varg is this crazy cool toolkit. Try and say that. KTM should definitely take notice of this because the little orange baggie is pretty lame compared. But I guess with the KTM orange bag, you can pretty much take that anywhere. So this thing is, got to open this up at the dealer, and I got to mention I bought mine from GoAZ in Scottsdale, which is an absolute treat to deal with. They were awesome, took care of everything. It was really good. So props to GoAZ. So this is the Stark Future, the actual company, the toolkit. This is everything that you need in here. I mean, it gives you a little rag. It's nice for your tools. That's a toolkit. It's got a small torque wrench, a big torque wrench, all the bits you need. This thing is dialed. So that's a pretty cool feature from Stark. So as you can see, the phone does a lot for you, but if you don't have the phone in place and you take it out, you can do everything right here. And this little blinking light gives you all the details. Now the phone actually has the entire service manual and instructions and all the stuff on there, so it's nice, but here it does that as well. So if you look at this, this basically looks like a triangle, or if you're looking to ride the bike kind of like a shifter, you've got neutral, you've got down, you've got up. So to turn this thing on, you simply hold down the power. The whole bike comes alive. You can actually feel it vibrate and the battery moving. Let's see if you can hear that. You can hear the coolant going through and everything, right? So when you want to go, right now the bike's not live because it's not in gear, okay? Not live. But if I do want to make it live, I would just go down like you're going into first gear. And that's when the bike then is now live in gear. And you can also use this to change modes. If I want to go back into neutral, I simply press this and it's back into neutral. And when it's time to power it down, we just hold this thing down and the bike turns off. Now, if you haven't had an electric car and you don't know, but you kind of want to not just leave these things plugged in all the time, kind of your laptop even, it'll eventually just die. So we kind of run it, and then if we're going to go ride it, you know, throw it in the old charger, let it charge. If we use the 110 outlet, which you got to get the adapter to plug into the wall, it takes maybe about 6 hours to do a full charge. And I've got a 220 there on the wall from an electric car, and that will do a full charge pretty quick. So yeah, other than that, this thing is a pretty trip to see how long technology has come. It's definitely been a change compared to the gas bike. But this might not be the end-all be-all answer, but it is a fun now toy, and Stark has been the first one to actually do this at a larger distribution level compared to what Alta was. So that's my little walk around of the Stark. Showed you how it kind of works, turns on, what it looks like, all the cool stuff about it, us picking it up. Now let's take it out and do some fun riding on the bike.